Here with Coach Mike Heimerman. Coach Heimerman's Lady Demons and Demons track program head to Birmingham, Alabama next week for the Conference Indoor Championships. Coach, where do you see this team fitting right now? Where's the mindset, confidence level going into that meet?
Confidence level is pretty good. Could have been a little bit higher. This year's indoor season is very, very short, condensed. Our conference office couldn't rent the facility except for this weekend, so our indoor season is 2 weeks shorter than it normally is. So it's very condensed. For what we've done so far this year, I think the kids are pretty ready to go. I mean, you know, we always want more time to prepare, but this is what we've got. So heading into it, I think their mindset's pretty good. They're getting, you know, kind of edgier and edgier and more aggressive by the week. So I just wish we had a couple more weeks, but we'll be ready to fire come Monday and Tuesday.
You knew that schedule, so how tough was it to maybe peak in 4 weeks instead of 6?
Yeah, it was very, very tough. We knew that, you know, from August what our time schedule was going to be like. We brought the kids back a week earlier out of Christmas break. We actually kept them longer too, right before Christmas break. They only got 2.5 weeks off, which was still more than what we kind of wanted, but we brought them back, got a competition in early. Weather's been playing a little bit of a factor, but you know, we've been working with what we've got. Kids have been really good troopers with it, and we've had a lot of horrible cold and wet weather, but they've you know, they've worked through it, and I think it's going to be a testament to their fortitude, their mental fortitude going into this meet on their toughness.
So very, like most track teams, such a large roster, so you've got newcomers, you've got veterans, you've got guys who have really stood out. Amir James's name has come up quite a bit today. You just talk about his performance here in the indoor season.
Well, you know, so the sprint crew, we had to bring in a lot. You know, with the departure of Justin Walker last year, is huge shoes to fill. And we had a good combination of some returners, and we brought in a lot of newcomers, just like in almost every event slot that we have between the jumpers, distance runners, and the throwers. We had to bring in a mix. We had a huge recruiting class of 40, and to bring in a lot of those kids aren't quite making the travel squad yet because they're not quite where we planned they'd be at this time. They're not quite there, which is no fault of anybody's. It's just some people develop a little slower than others, or some quicker than others. But you know, we had to have a good mix, and Amir's done a very, very good job. There's you know, I think can battle for a top 3 spot, a podium spot in the 60. And in the 200, we'll see what him and Anthony can do. And then Anthony is another freshman, Anthony Taylor, in the 400 also. Those guys have been a nice little combination with Tremaine. And I was going to pick on him. He was going to talk today too with Keenan Jackson. But Keenan has been our senior, our leader in the 400. And I'm not sure if we're going to put him in the 4 or the 2. He hadn't decided yet. Last year we tried to do both, and it was just not enough time frame to get him recovery. So we're going to pick one or the other, and I don't think he's going to do 2 yet, but we'll see. But you know, it's been a nice mix, and it's kind of the balance that we have to do. You know, to be a successful team, you have to always have a class in here to develop, and then nurture a little bit, and then get them groomed to where we need them to be.
You talked about the shorter indoor season rather. How does that affect what you look to do in the outdoor season? Does it make the outdoor season longer, or does it really matter? Well,
it doesn't make it longer. I mean, our meet schedule's set, and you can only compete the first weekend of I think it's one of the first weekends of March. Our outdoor season is going to open just like it has, you know, every year for the last 5 to 10 years. But I mean, there's a month between when we get back from indoor conference to our first meet. Usually it's 2 weeks. So, you know, that extra month, you know, we kind of gear up a little bit more for outdoor than indoor, because with not having an indoor facility, it's just really hard to get used to a 200-meter track versus a 400-meter track, and just some of the indoor things are just a little bit different to handle than an outdoor. But you know, our outdoor schedule, it should be nice. We have, you know, a nice schedule with some easier meets and then some harder meets. And you know, track is an outdoor sport. You know, indoors we do it because it's an NCAA event, but you know, outdoors where track's at.